It's her party and we'll cry if we want to, cry if we want to, cry if we want to. Oh, good morning and welcome to Unity Church of the Hills. Today is Reverend Aliza's last Sunday as our bridge interim minister. She's built the bridge and today she walks over it, having done an amazing job serving our community. For those of you watching online, please take a moment as you say hello to and to thank our beloved Reverend Aliza.
And everyone is invited to join us at 1:15 p.m. today out by the pavilion for a picnic. Bring your lunch, a lawn chair, or blanket and come enjoy this beautiful Austin weather as we send Reverend Aliza off with love and appreciation. If you didn't RSVP, don't worry. Come and be a part of the send-off anyway.
Our Sharing is Caring program continues where we support a different organization every week. For every share of the service on Facebook while we are live, we'll donate $5. It helps us be in the law of circulation and spreads the message of unity. This week, in honor of Earth Day on April 22nd, we are supporting Keep Austin Beautiful. Please take a moment to share the service.
And this coming Saturday, May 1st at 9 a.m., we hold our final walk and talk session. It's okay if you haven't participated to date, you can still sign up and be paired with a fellow congregant. It's a great way to get out in nature, get some exercise, and make new connections. Learn more and RSVP today.
Now, if exercise is what you're after, but you'd classify yourself as a lightweight, then check out Donna Pennell's new Lightweights for Lightweights class that takes place on Zoom on Mondays at 11:15 a.m. The class, offered on a love offering basis, falls on the heels of her Yoga Plus class at 10 a.m. Check out the calendar to get in touch with Donna for more details and the Zoom link.
We know that saying yes to exercise is a big deal and that you'll look positively radishing. Yeah, that's right. Bad vegetable puns are back, and it means we're talking about the Unity Church of the Hills garden. Listen, we know that volunteering is above and beyond the call of duty, but let us acknowledge that volunteering in the garden is a great way to serve. If you're interested in planting yourself outside a couple of hours a week, then contact Shonda Birch right away. It's shonda.birch, that's shawnda.birch at unityhills.org. I garden myself and volunteer in the garden, and it keeps me grounded.
You know, I this is an aside. I'll admit that I make a lot of fun about Tammy, who makes up most of those, but she really does a good job in the produce department. The campaign to replace the red carpet in the sanctuary continues. Thanks to everyone who has contributed so far, we are a quarter of the way to our goal of 2,000 carpet squares. Let's give our sanctuary a facelift from the floor up. You can donate today on our website, unityhills.org, or on our Facebook fundraiser.
Make plans to be with us next Sunday, May 2nd, either in the sanctuary or online, for the auspicious beginning of our love affair with Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones, our new senior minister. Yay! The sanctuary can accommodate 50 people, and we now have youth and family services either in the pavilion for elementary and above, or at the playground with the playground attendant. Easy for me to say.
May 2nd is Reverend Sheree's first service, but you'll also want to mark Sunday, June 6th on your calendar, as that's when she will have her formal installation ceremony. More details on that celebration service will be coming soon.
In the meantime, have an absolutely magnificent day. Take it away, celebration.
This song is not for you if you've never cried a river or had your heart broken in two. this song is not for you. If every day you wake up the skies are blue.
But this is for anyone. No matter how you pray, the pain won't let you get through. But you try,
And you try,
till they lie.
say that it's over.
For you.
If you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you had food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you.
Everything you've been through,
This song is for you. This song is not for you. You love judging others, but you make the same mistake.
The song is not for you. If you think your name's Jesus and forget you're in need of grace.
But this is for anybody who needs a little mercy just to make it through the day.
Oh, but we try.
Yeah, we try.
Still they lie.
Oh, they say that it's over for you. If you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you. This song is for you. All the perfect people, the perfect people, perfect people, the perfect people, all the perfect people, the perfect people, perfect people, make some noise. You're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain. If you're a miracle today, and God has always made a way. If you have food to eat, a place to sleep, and you really can't complain, this song is for you.
that's for everything you've been through.
This song is for you. Everything you're going through, this song is just
song
for
is for
you.
All for everything you've been through.
This song is for you. If you're a miracle today.
Good morning. I'm so happy to see everybody here today. Good morning, good morning. For those of you who are watching online, we kind of have this little, we wait for the light. So I have to come out and then I'm like waving at everybody before we go live. So it's this kind of really weird, awkward thing. If you wondered what that's about, it's just about that. So there you go. We are so glad you're here today. My name is Reverend Aliza Bloom Robinson. It is my last day at Unity Church of the Hills as your bridge interim. Oh, you guys, you're gonna make me cry. It has been absolutely delightful, and I'm gonna talk about it in my talk, but the purpose of my being here was to create space for your next senior minister, Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones. So we're doing that today. If you are here for the very first time, either in the sanctuary, which probably not the first time, or online, type the word connect into the comments. We have ambassadors that are happy to connect with you and tell you all about Unity Church of the Hills. It is a very exciting time here. We have prayer chaplains. We're founded on prayer, so we've got prayer chaplains, Tim and Tammy, and maybe some others. They're wearing purple stoles. They're happy to pray with you after the service. And you can also type or call the phone number on your screen and leave a message with your name and your phone number and that you'd like a prayer. We're happy to pray with you. And the prayer chaplains consider that a part of their sacred service. So if you haven't done it before, just try it. Even if your prayer is a celebration, just request a prayer request. Youth and family, we have now started inviting kids back onto the campus. So we have elementary and above on the pavilion and younger than that on the playground. So we're moving in those directions and we're really excited about that. We ask for RSVP also for that as well, so we can make sure we've got the correct numbers and all of that. We are still following CDC guidelines, and we are at 50 people in our sanctuary. I know there's a push. We want more. Yes, we do. And we've got a great team, and the board is on it, and we're looking at things. And most of all, we want to keep everybody safe and follow the guidelines that have been put into place by your board, by your reopening team, and by the CDC. So we invite you to continue honoring that and moving towards when we can open for more people and more hugging and more mask-free and all of that. But right now, elbow bumps, masks, do what you do. And it's really hard today for me not to hug all of you, but I'm going to be elbow bumping. So just so you know. There you have it. Friday night. Friday, Shonda, Friday? Friday night. Volunteer movie night. If you volunteer for Unity Church of the Hills, or you've ever volunteered for Unity Church of the Hills, or you ever want to volunteer for Unity Church of the Hills, how was that for a plug? Please come. We've got volunteer appreciation night, hot dog movie on the pavilion, and we really do appreciate you, and it is volunteer month. And so if you're interested in volunteering, we've got lots of ways to do that. So just contact Shonda or call the front office and they can put you in touch with Shonda. So today is our vision. As we speak that together, remember to not just speak it, but embody it, become it, feel it. Together, we are an ever-expanding community of love and acceptance, where lives are transformed. As we feel that transformation, as Tammy comes up and leads us in our opening prayer.
Everybody take a breath. And Roderick, would you take us even deeper with our crystal bowl that is tuned to the heart chakra? So just open your hearts. And in the absolute essence of the divine, we know that there is no time and space, and so those of us here in the sanctuary and those of us watching from home are one body of consciousness, connected heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul, in a vibration of love with that beautiful baby who's making such a sweet sound, the innocence of life. Today is such a beautiful day. It's a day to honor what has been as we step into what will be, knowing that there is nothing but God here. as our sweet brother Lance would always say. Nothing but God here. There is only love, only peace, only joy. This is who and what we are. And we get to step fully into that, to allow that to transform us, to dissolve away all those barriers that we put up around our hearts, around our minds, in order to create some false sense of safety. We get to be absolutely fully in our emotions, in our essence, in our truth, as we love on one another, and as we love on this spiritual community that then radiates light and love out into the world. It is with great joy that we affirm peace, love, and joy today and every day. And so we release this affirmation knowing it is so, and so it is. Amen.
I'm sorry.
I'd gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet, to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
I would whisper love so loudly every heart could understand that love and only love can join the trials of man. I would give my heart's desire so that you might see. The first step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love
we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything, keep believing in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Yes, I do. Love can build a bridge. Love and only love. Between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Love and only love. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love and only love. Love and only love.
Love can build a bridge. Love does build bridges between your heart, my heart. We're going to use that song to start this time with meditation. So feel all of the energy. Feel this beautiful celebration team. Feel the love that is in this space. And as you do so, allow your awareness to drop deeper into your being. And as you land in your heart of hearts, that sacred space, let your heart expand. Let it be filled, even to overflowing. Feel like it will burst, but let it burst open with more love. Let it burst open to make room for more light, for more grace, for more God, for more good. And feel how love builds bridges. Feel the bridge of love between your heart and spirit, source, creation, the universe. Feel the bridge of love between you and your loved ones. Feel the bridges of love that have been built between you and this spiritual community. And then turn around and feel the love that you are that can build bridges out into the greater community. Out across our country and around our globe. Let your heart be the love that builds the next bridge. Imagine a person somewhere across the globe, maybe somebody you know or somebody you know of, or maybe a complete and total stranger, maybe a community or a country or a group, a tribe of people, and let your heart build a bridge to those people known or unknown today. And imagine that our entire globe is lit up with bridges of love. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, soften, sink into that love even as it lifts you and opens you even further. And it's in this field of love that we live and move and have our being. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen and amen. You have any idea where we're going today? Maybe love, maybe bridges, maybe nowhere. Who knows? Rumi, we're going to start with a Rumi quote. I can't find it in my notes. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Basically, it says that love will build a bridge, because we're going to kind of go with the theme. My heart has been so full. Those of you who have been on this whole journey, since I came in November, know that it was such a divine appointment. And it has been and continued to be all the way up until this morning, and will continue, this divine appointment. And this, Frank and Doug and I came up somehow, maybe it was Frank that came up with the idea of bridge interim. And then I found out it's actually a term in the interim ministry work, and that's exactly what we've done, what we've done during this time. And so I thought we had to talk about bridges, and because we had to talk about bridges, well, not because we had to talk about bridges, but because we get to, guess what? A joke! I'm going to get in the flow here in a moment. I promise I will. I can feel it. It's close. Not quite there yet, but it's close. So a man was walking along a beach, California, and came across a lamp. He pulled it up. He thought, wow, this looks like a magic lamp. And he began to rub it. And out pops a genie. And the genie goes, oh, again? So many people have found my lamp. I'm about out of wishes. I give you one. This 3, it doesn't work anymore. I'm tired. I give you one wish. So the man thinks about it. He goes, you know what? I really, really, really want to go to Hawaii. But I get really seasick and I'm terrified to fly. So would you build me a bridge? And the genie goes, are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how much concrete that will take and how deep those pilings have to go to get a bridge? Are you kidding me? Come on, give me a different wish. He goes, okay, I have another wish. He goes, I've been married for 48 years and I have no idea how my wife thinks. I would love to understand women. And the genie goes, would you like that bridge 2-lane or 4? Another bridge joke just to get started. There were 2 priests, and they were out on outside their monastery, and they were holding a great big sign, and it says, the end is near, slow down now, turn around now, the end is near. And there comes this car flying by, and they're like, slow down, the end is near, turn around, you need to be saved. And the guy in the car is like, oh, I'm all over with you religious fanatics. And he kept going. And all of a sudden they hear this splash and this crash. And the priests looked at each other and they said, maybe we should have just used the bridges out. We've actually completed our bridge. Our bridge is complete. So what have we done since I've been here? You know, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the energy of this ministry when I got here. And this ministry has been through a lot over the last few years. But I was thinking about, well, what have we really done? And I came up with a few things, and one of them is we softened consciousness. I came in and said, let's create spaciousness. And spaciousness came out of my experience of like, Wah! Not that anybody was that way, but there was a consciousness. There was like an urgency. There was like the staff and the board had been carrying things for a long time. I mean, you know, lots of stuff happened, including COVID, and lots of pivoting and changing, and all the things that needed to be taken care of. And I just sort of slid in and just went, let's breathe. So let's breathe. And right? Like drop in and open up. So we've been able to drop in and open up. Another thing I came in, I said, let's look at why we're doing all the things we're doing, because there's some things that we're doing just because we've done them, not because we need to keep doing them. So what if we could drop some of the things we're doing in order to create more space? And I think that went okay. However, one day I was talking to Jennifer. I said, I kind of think, you know, maybe in all of my desire to like have people not do so much in order to be a little bit more, but I also am very aware that I was like, oh, would you do this? And would you do this? And oh, would you do this? And oh, would you do this? So I was thinking I was kind of backfiring. It was backfiring on the staff because I was wanting so much to do. And she said, well, I'm going to try and quote you, Jennifer. It was something like, she goes, before you got here, we were all on a rowboat and we were rowing, and we kind of going in circles and we weren't really getting anywhere. And she said, but when you came in, it was like you lifted the sail. And I went, oh, isn't that sweet and powerful and profound? Another thing we really did is cultivate our consciousness of care. Not that we weren't caring before, but we're cultivating a consciousness of care. We actually have a care ministry now, and many of you have made phone calls or received phone calls, and that is about really deepening our connections and our awareness of caring as a core value, as a really activating a deep care for each other. It goes along with our kindness and compassion and love, right? If we stand for love and kindness and compassion, if we're quantum leaping into a new state of being that is new humanity now, that is love and kindness and compassion and innovation and creativity and beauty, there's one way to do that. That is through care and kindness. It is activating that consciously. Some of the things we did, we took goodie bags to some of you. We've called some of you. If you want a call, call us and we'll call you, and then you can call us again. We're activating some of all of the groups kept meeting, but we're bringing more and more people on site. We've created and seeding this possibility for where we are, which is good, in order to move over the bridge into greater. Moving from good to greater. I've been saying that line, and Tammy's like, well, no, it's more than good. I said, I know it's more than good. But the point is, it's really good, right? Together, it's good. It's really good. It's good, right? But now we're going greater because we've done the work. We've done a lot of the work. Sorry, I'm not sure we've done all the work. But we're working on it. We've done a lot of work so that when your next senior minister, Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones, steps on this stage next week, she will step in, she will slide in to the space that we have created for this ministry to go in the next evolution. Over the next years and decades, maybe, I don't think she wants to work decades, but maybe she does. But over the next evolution of who we be, and who do we be in the world? We have to take a stand for who we be in the world. Your board, your staff is ready to discover what that is. We're ready to see what's coming. But as we step into the new, we honor the past. We honor all that has been, and we utilize it to step forward. It's like, I was thinking about what this day is like for me. It's like a little bit like a graduation ceremony. It's a little bit like a commencement. At one point this week, as you know, my talk went into 17 different iterations, I thought, I'm just going to give a commencement speech. I thought, oh, that would be fun. And then I found one by Jim Carrey, and I'm like, oh, that's good. But then I thought, I can't be Jim Carrey very well, so I'll just do what I do, right? It's almost like those of you who have kids who got married, it's like that bittersweet, right? It's like, oh, 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 oh. Together, oh, 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 oh. But we want to really honor, because I've been here almost 6 months, honor the emotions. And we might be all over the map in emotions, but that's good. We don't want to squash any emotion whatsoever. I've been in the interim ministry training, so I'm actually, I thought I was so excited to be certified. I thought, finally, I'm certifiable. I found out I only get a certificate, not a certification. So anyway, I've got my certificate now for Interim Ministry Network, which is a national organization for interim ministry. And one of the things we were talking about, in fact, just this last week, is the importance and the value and the impact in how we do an ending. And we cannot say hello until we've said a proper goodbye. But the other piece of that is, as we've done goodbyes properly this time, as we've done created rituals, we've got the picnic, we had a staff board party, we've got a kudo board, there's the proper, we're doing this in a conscious way, part of which, when I came, I said, I'm leaving, which was really awkward, by the way. But you all knew it, right? It's no surprise. It's a good thing, because it means we've done the work. But in creating those rituals and creating space to close one door, you actually create the ability to open the next. And what I learned in my course, thank goodness I was in the course this week, right? Was that when we do that well, like we're doing today, it actually heals any other time we didn't do it well. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Because I know when Kristen and Brian left, it was hard. It was abrupt. There was like, wait, what happened? So you can allow any healing that you still have to do around Kristen and Brian to be done today. You're welcome. Give it to me, baby. And as we've moved through this time very consciously with the board and the staff and the leadership, it has all been for this moment in time. For this moment in time. And in this moment in time, we get to celebrate. And we get to honor, and we get to know that what's coming, as good as this has been, will be different. But what if it's even better? I'm going to be watching, I'm going to be lurking, I'm going to be paying attention from afar to see how much even greater this is. Part of what we get to look at is, why are we here now? What is our conscious why? You know, so hopefully that'll be part of what comes over the next year or so. What is the next evolution of this amazing, brilliant community. When I got here, we were celebrating 25 years. So what is 25 years from now going to look like, or feel like, or be like? Not like specific details. But what if, as good as it is right now, it quantum leaps, like imagine this place being full not only once on a Sunday morning, but 2 or 3 or 4 times. Hello? Imagine that our global outreach is not only one member. Last week we had new members. One of the gals, Lisa, welcome Lisa, from Hawaii, is now a member. What if we have global membership all over the world? What if this is the place that is known in the entire city of Austin and counties all over? This is the place to come. This is the place where love and acceptance and diversity, this is the place where we stand for love. What is this? This is the place where people come to get their hearts healed and then to awaken into their biggest, boldest, most brilliant becomingness, wherever they are on the journey. What if this is the place that all of a sudden becomes known nationwide? Not that we're not, but what if it pops? Where anybody across the whole United States or even beyond goes, oh, Unity of Austin, Unity Church of the Hills, I know that church. I was touched by that church. I know somebody in that ministry. I know this about them. I know that about them. And it's all fabulous. What if? What if? So there were 2 brothers. Was that a good segue or not so much? They farmed next to each other. They had adjoining farms, and they farmed next to each other, and they were very much in collaboration until some 40 years later, so one of the brothers got mad, and they had a fight, and they argued, and then they went into stony silence, and they didn't speak to each other for weeks. Weeks turned into months. Finally, one of the brothers went out, and in the middle of the meadow that was between their farms, he built a creek, like a ditch, and then it ran filled with water. So now there's a creek. And the second brother, who was the older brother, was so mad about that, was so mad about that. They couldn't get over it. And one day, a carpenter showed up and knocked on the older brother's door and said, hey, I have a couple of days. I'm here. I'm a carpenter. I'm happy to do work. Do you have any jobs? And he goes, oh, yes, I do. He told him the story about how they were mad and they were fighting. And then he was so mad at the brother that digged the ditch, and now there's a creek between them. He goes, I'm going to show him. I want you to build me a wall, so I don't have to look at him anymore. I don't have to look at that. I'm just going to show him up. I'm going to build a wall. He goes, okay, well, show me where the materials are. He goes, there's a bunch of lumber over here, and I got to go into town for the day. So the carpenter said, I'm good. I got this. And he went to work. Around dusk, the older brother came back, and he saw that the carpenter was done, but he had not built a wall. Instead, he had built a bridge, complete with handrails. And the younger brother was walking across the bridge, and the older brother was so touched. The younger brother thought the older brother had actually ordered a bridge, but he didn't ever tell him he was trying to build a wall. And they met in the middle, and they hugged, and all their fighting was gone. And they did what they did, and they practiced the forgiveness and kindness and compassion, and they moved forward, connected like never before. Now they said to the carpenter, oh, that was so fabulous. We have more work. He says, no, I've got to move on. I have other bridges to build. Wherever there is anything besides love, love is the thing that can build the bridge. John Rockefeller says, don't be afraid to give up the good for the greater. Don't be afraid to set down any resentments or angers or hurts or regrets. Don't be afraid to set it down. Set it down now. Use this moment in time to set down anything that is blocking your heart from love. Set down anything in the past or the present or the future and let your heart burst open with love. Let your heart be the bridge. It has been such an incredible honor, and I want to just do a shout out. I want to shout out to the board. The board is you have an amazing board. I shared in my interim ministry training, and actually to the board the other night, I said, what was the surprise? I said, I've actually never been on a board where there was so much respect and no fussing. I've never been on a board, I've never been in a staff this size where there was no fussing. There's no fussing here. The people that you have on the board and the staff and your volunteers and celebration team and production team and all of the people you don't see behind the scenes, there's a lot of them behind the scenes, creating this, they work together. There is a synergy here. There is a commitment here. And it's palpable. And so I honor the board and I honor the staff, and I have so much love and appreciation for every person who is a part of this ministry. Yeah. David Hawkins says something like, Tammy said it and then I forgot to, I couldn't find it, but David Hawkins says, it's one thing to go from complete to complete. Like we're going from complete to more complete. And so that's along the same, it's building blocks for where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. And where we're going is such an exciting time. So I want to acknowledge the journey from 25 years to this moment. I want to acknowledge the journey from 6 months ago to this moment. The other piece I forgot is the search team. I wanted to really acknowledge the search team. There were 3 of them. Did they do a fantastic job? So don't let any of the less than, any of the good, don't let any of the emotions steal your joy. For it is a joyous, joyous, joyous time in this ministry. And again, I've been so honored to be a part of it. I wanted to just mention too that this little book, this is the only one of my books that's still here. There's a few of them in the bookstore still. It's called Sheree's Journey. And it's a spiritual adventure. It's it's not quite full novel, but it's an easy read. It will grab your attention. As it turns out, Sheree is our hero. Get the play on words there. And she's here to save the planet, to save planet Earth. But she, as it turns out, was seeded from a different dimension. She was seeded as a star seed on this planet to bring forth the new humanity now. I wrote this book before I started talking about new humanity, so I think she seeded new humanity in me as she was birthed. But it is her spiritual adventure, and it is our spiritual adventure to continue moving from where we are to where we want to be. As a culture, as a world, as a consciousness, from separation to oneness. And in that journey, we get to heal that which is unhealed. And in that journey, we get to honor what is. And in that journey, we get to celebrate what's coming. And so I was thinking about how to pass off this ministry, how to complete my time and pass it off. So would you join me, please, up here? Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones, for just a moment, for just a little moment. So she asked me to do this way at the very end, and this day is not really about Sheree. She gets her day next week, and then she gets her day the week after that, and the week after that, and on June 6th, she gets her installation big day. But, oh, Sheree, Oh, I love you too. Oh, okay, we can't hug, but oh, we have to. Okay, so I was thinking about how to pass off. And Interim ministry, thank goodness for that class this week. They said, really, interim ministry is like a sprint. I've been on a sprint. Sheree's coming in for a marathon. She's coming in over time. But the trick and the magic is like a relay race. And it's all about how you pass that baton Somebody asked me if I was going to anoint you. I think I'll let the board anoint you. But, Sheree, with the depth of love and grace and appreciation and honor in my heart, I pass the baton to you. I pass this ministry to you. Wow. I have one more thing I'm going to try to say. You know, Sheree and I did not know each other until she was came for interviews, and yet we're soul sisters. And so as I just, yeah. So, yeah, together we've softened the soil for a new planting. Together we've healed the wounds. Together we've made the way. There's more, but I can't read it right now. I want to. Yeah, so we've set the stage. Oh my God, I can't do this. I'm like, where'd my flow go today? It's all perfect. She says it's all perfect. And so what I want to say to you, welcome home. What I want to say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's a wrap. This is for you.
You wanted to do a mic drop, and you actually did, so we have to reboot the soundboard.
Oh, no.
So if you would just let everybody know that, we'll reboot it, and then we'll keep going.
We have to reboot the sound. Wait, what do we have to do?
We have to reboot our soundboard.
We have to, because I broke it?
No. The only mic working.
Oh, mine is the only mic working.
So they're going to reboot.
They're going to reboot.
So everybody hold on.
So hold on. So,
It'll just be a moment.
more jokes. All right, you ready? Oh my gosh, it's so close. Rob, I need you. Will you come tell a joke? You're going to have to lean into my mic, but come on up and tell a joke. Nothing like putting him on the spot, right? Oh, we can. They said none of the mics work, though.
Y'all working?
Only mine. Lean into my mic over here. We'll go the
yeah.
other way. Okay, you can take your mask off. Oh, look, there he is.
Morning.
Okay, ready?
Which one am I going to tell?
Anyone you want.
Well, you've used a lot of them.
I know, I've used most.
Test 1, 2.
Which was the one I was talking to you about using?
I forgot.
Come on.
Come
can do
on.
it. You
Oh,
can do it. You
the
can do it.
pressure. Okay, we're back
Here's the
on.
deal.
Here's the deal. Okay,
There was
got.
a Jewish gentleman.
Oh, that one,
Who was
yes.
so excited.
Oh, you have to
Was
lean into
so
my mic.
excited about his son graduating from college because he had gifted him with a trip to the Holy Land because when he was a young man graduating from college, his father gifted him with a trip. When he came back from the Holy Land, he was so excited about his faith. He was so deep into the Jewish faith. And so he knew that his son would be transformed. So he was excited when he went to the airport a month later to pick his son up from his trip to the Holy Land. And he could see by when he came off the plane that he was illumined. Something had happened to his son, and he knew it would. And so on the way home, he looked to his son and he said, you know, something has touched you. He said, yes, Dad, I need to talk to you about that. Because one of the things that happened to me over there, and he said, I hate to bring it up, but while I was there, I was converted to Christianity. Oy vey, oy vey. So he had no other words spoken. He gets home, gets out of the car, he knocks on his neighbor's door to talk to Leo, to help him understand what has happened. And so he knocks on Leo's door, and Leo comes out, and he tells him his story, what's happened to him. And Leo says, I can't believe you're telling me this. I too sent my son to Israel. He came back converted to Christianity. So now they're wailing. So they decided to go down to the synagogue and wake up the person who could enlighten them as what's going on. So they knock on the door. The rabbi comes to the door. It's midnight by now. And they tell him his story about what's happened to them. And the rabbi says, I can't believe you're telling me this. I too sent my son to Israel, and he came back converted to Christianity. Now there's three of them. It's midnight. It's like wailing on the wall. And they were just weeping on the wall and beseeching God. And all of a sudden there's a big storm in the sky, and a booming voice comes down and says, I can't believe you're telling me this. I too sent my son to Israel. He came back converted to Christianity.
Good morning, everyone. We are going with the flow this morning. We needed a little more of a good humor fix, I guess. So I get to move us into the space around our good and the movement of that flow of our good. And so now is the time where we get to take that opportunity as a spiritual community to experience the power of giving and receiving in the form of our offering. As a board member, I just want to express our gratitude to all of you for your generous giving and your generous hearts and the abundant support for this community. We've walked through a lot in the past couple of years, a whole lot this year, and thank you. Thank you for investing in your community and everybody's spiritual advancement and transformation that's involved with Unity Church of the Hills. And there are a number of ways to give. They should have, they've got it up on the board there, showing on the screen. We're not going to be passing a basket today, but there's a station at the back of the sanctuary, and you can give through the app or text to give in person or online by email. We're grateful. We're grateful for all the generosity and know the returns that come from being in that flow. So let's speak our offering affirmation together. It should be up there. Yes. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful. All right. So today, in case there was any concern there wasn't going to be some sort of ceremony, there will be some sort of ceremony. Before we move into this, though, I walked into the office earlier, and Reverend Aliza and Reverend Rob were in there, and the subject of the multitude of emotions that are going on right now came up, and I feel really good about doing something I don't want to do. I don't want to say goodbye, but it feels really good. You've been just the right minister at just the right time. Would you please come up here? So you mentioned earlier, you gave a quick shout out to Doug. This ministry has been in a flow of change for a while. And I want to let everybody know that we are an independent church in many ways, but we are part of Unity. And Unity Worldwide Ministries has held us and supported us. And were it not for Carrie Kenyon and others, and particularly Doug, of being open and looking and inviting in that space, we wouldn't have found you. So thank you to UWM and to Doug. We appreciate all the support. Like I said, you've held a perfect space for us, provided that stability and that constancy, that support for the staff. Walking through not having a senior minister for many months and then having you here did open things up. I've always felt like we were in good hands, and am so appreciative, and I know the board is as well too. The board, the staff, our volunteers, everybody, for you holding this space. And you know, one of the primary roles that you played here was providing that transition space, that bridge for our new minister. And so I would like to invite Reverend Sheree back up, please, if she could come back up.
So I kind of messed with your flow a little bit, eh?
Well, you know what, though? It's all in divine order.
Yeah. Well, I had to have my last say. You know, when she was interviewing and going deeper, I couldn't hardly let her talk. So I'm gonna have to learn how to be quiet.
Well, we'll give, she'll have her opportunity to speak, I am quite sure. So one of the things that we did, and you mentioned the minister search teams that we've had that have held that space and held that vision. The board came up with a vision, and last October was really when work went out in earnest as far as putting the word out to the larger congregation and the world that we were in search of this minister, this amazing new minister. We had this vision, and we lit a lamp, and so many of you have seen this lighthouse here. We set that intention for this amazing person and held the light. And the day that we lit the light, last October, was the day that we received Reverend Sheree's email.
Did you know that?
I found that out a couple of weeks ago, and it was kind of mind-blowing.
It was pretty mind-blowing.
At the time, you really weren't even in the search for a new ministry, and the universe has aligned. And so I'd like at this point to turn over the microphone to Reverend Sheree to make a little presentation.
Thank you. So good to be here with you, and bittersweet moment with Aliza, because we have really become close buds, and what a gift. What a gift. If you'll notice, I'm wearing this stole. So what this means is this is a sacred moment in the journey of this community. This is a ritual, a significant time in who we are on the journey together. So it's like bringing your attention. Remember when you were a kid and you were forced to go to church? If you were Catholic, they rang those bells, right? Or
Where are the kids?
incense, or you went to temple and you had to have the covering on, or you went to the mosque and you were fully clothed, right? Because you were entering a divine moment. This is a divine moment. As we move from this amazing symbol that you, this community, you created to say we can hold the light for that perfect match for us. And so today, I turn this off in symbolism that I am here. And more importantly, you are here, and we are here together to do amazing things. Starting in Austin, moving on. I like your global expression. we can do that. We can do that. So, the community's gift to you, Aliza, is this lamp. As a symbol for what you have held in place, for the bridge that you have created for this sacred moment, for honoring the gift of who you are, the skills, the tools, the talent, the love that you brought to this community, which allows me to step in power, in light, and love. Grateful.
Grateful. Grateful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Sheree got a baton.
Well, thank you for being our light for these last 6 months, for saying yes. We re-upped her contract three times during the past 6 months, but it felt right. It felt organic. We knew at the outset we wanted to have that flexibility, so thank you so much for that. So we have a few other things, though, we'd like to do to acknowledge you. So Ellen is bringing out some pieces here. So she might need some help holding all of this. There we go. There we go. So our first little present to you is one of our quilts.
Oh, yes. Should I open it?
So Joan House, yes, please, if you want. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, how great thou art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Joan makes these quilts. We have like hundreds
A
of
lot.
them.
It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know, Rob, do we have room in our car? We'll find room, he says. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
keeping you warm.
Thank you.
We also have a poster of the Kudo board expressing all our gratitudes for you.
Oh, if you haven't done a Kudo board, if you haven't I love reading them. I'm not going to open that right now. Or should I? Maybe I just should,
If you
because
want.
it's kind of, it's still open, right? They can add more. They can add more.
It just won't be printed out.
Wow.
Oh, very cool. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Oh
So,
my gosh.
and there's more.
I think you like Vanna.
So I had help with this. Ellen has some bling.
Of course Ellen has bling for Aliza.
Well, it is from the entire congregation. And there is a little note in there that says, every time you wear these, think of us, because you are so very special to us. And then we have this little plaque we want to give you. And Frank, you read it.
Yes, there's a special message on this plaque. You were here for 6 months, and you needed a plaque. Because you entered our hearts. It says, in appreciation of Reverend Aliza Bloom Robinson for your dedication and leadership as our Bridge Interim Minister, November 15th, 2020 through April 30, 2021. We hereby designate you as our beloved Interim Minister.
Oh, 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 oh.
So, and one more piece in all seriousness.
Oh.
We would be remiss if we did not acknowledge what Aliza has truly brought to our congregation. And so we have created this Reverend Aliza's encyclopedia of really bad jokes. And inside it, Aliza, we have 4 different books. The big book of church jokes. Jokes your minister can tell.
Oh, that's important. There's lots you can't.
hilarious religious jokes, and the ultimate Bible of Bible and church joke books. So we have them all together here just for you to take with you. And I do want to share one of the jokes that I read in this. There was one minister who was talking about, very much like our congregation, we are a community of love and acceptance. And he was talking about how accepting they were. And he says, we even accept all denominations, 10s, 20s, but especially hundreds.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you.
So we just want to say thank you so much. What you spoke to today about holding that space, creating that bridge, allowing us to breathe, allowing staff to breathe, to be in this space, and to open up for Reverend Sheree. Appreciate your humility, your spiritual maturity, your wisdom, and your dedication. We love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. I have toys everywhere.
All right, well, everybody stick around for the picnic that follows so we can continue to love on Reverend Aliza. Even if you didn't RSVP, you're more than welcome to stay. We've got a few tables set out. The weather is gorgeous. If you're at home, get in the car, come on.
Yeah, come on over.
And then don't forget, Friday night we have the volunteer movie night. Everyone is welcome, and we would love to have you at that as well. Our prayer chaplains are here to pray with you either in the sanctuary or we've got that phone number where you can call and get prayer. And final time, prayer for protection. Would you lead us, my love?
So the embodied version. Together. I am the light of God. As the light of God, we shine. I am the love of God. As the love of God, we embrace. I am the power of God. As the power of God, we stand in truth. I am the presence of God. As the presence of God, we radiate love. Wherever we are, God is, for we are one. God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and so much love. Amen.
Good morning and welcome to our announcements for the fourth and final week of April.
Reverend Aliza's last Sunday as our Bridge Interim Minister is this Sunday, April 25th. Let's send her off in UCOH style with lots of love and appreciation. We've set up a kudo board where you can leave her a love note, and you're invited to join us for a family picnic at 1:15 p.m. this Sunday. Bring a blanket or lawn chair along with your favorite picnic food for yourself or your immediate friends, and we'll provide the beverages in a relaxed environment for everyone to love on Reverend Aliza. Please RSVP online today.
And this coming Saturday, May 1st at 9 a.m., we hold our final walk and talk session. It's okay if you haven't participated to date, you can still sign up and be paired with a fellow congregant. It's a great way to get out in nature, get some exercise, and make new connections. Learn more and RSVP today.
Now, if exercise is what you're after, but you'd classify yourself as a lightweight, then check out Donna Pennell's new Lightweights for Lightweights class that takes place on Zoom on Mondays at 11:15 a.m. The class, offered on a love offering basis, falls on the heels of her Yoga Plus class at 10 a.m. Check out the calendar to get in touch with Donna for more details and the Zoom link.
We know that saying yes to exercise is a big deal, and that you'll look positively radishing. Yeah, that's right. Bad vegetable puns are back, and it means we're talking about the Unity Church of the Hills garden. Listen, we know that volunteering is above and beyond the call of duty, but let us acknowledge that volunteering in the garden is a great way to serve. If you're interested in planting yourself outside a couple of hours a week, then contact Shonda Birch right away. It's shonda.birch, that's shawnda.birch at unityhills.org. I garden myself and volunteer in the garden, and it keeps me grounded.
You know, this is an aside. I'll admit that I make a lot of fun about Tammy, who makes up most of those, but she really does a good job in the produce department. The campaign to replace the red carpet in the sanctuary continues. Thanks to everyone who has contributed so far, we are a quarter of the way to our goal of 2,000 carpet squares. Let's give our sanctuary a facelift from the floor up. You can donate today on our website, unityhills.org, or on our Facebook fundraiser.
Make plans to be with us next Sunday, May 2nd, either in the sanctuary or online, for the auspicious beginning of our love affair with Reverend Sheree Taylor-Jones, our new senior minister. Yay! The sanctuary can accommodate 50 people, and we now have youth and family services either in the pavilion for elementary and above, or at the playground with the playground attendant. Easy for me to say.
May 2nd is Reverend Sheree's first service, but you'll also want to mark Sunday, June 6th on your calendar, as that's when she will have her formal installation ceremony. More details on that celebration service will be coming soon.
In the meantime, have a fabulous week. We love you.